Okay, guys. Shh. So video, just draw your attention. Video 16 on the on the previous year's ordinary playlist, the 2014 and 15 playlist that has questions 18 and 21. Okay, so just make a note of that. So because I have 18 and 21 done, I'm going to start off with 16, and 17 will be two good ones to start off on. Okay. Now, the difference between these ones and the previous ones is that what you do is you split the middle. So it's actually two questions rolled into one. So if I was to surround this part by a red box, what happens there is that that's one question, minus 4 less than or equal to 3x minus 1. And then if I surround this part by a blue box, that's the other question, 3x minus 1 less than 11. So you can see questions 16, 17 and 18, they're basically just two questions in one, but it's the same stuff. Now, lads, I'm going to suggest what's called a spin, okay? An example of a spin would be 4 is smaller than 5. Therefore, by logic, 5 is bigger than 4. Does that make sense? 4 is smaller than 5. Therefore, if I change the order of the two of them, if I put the 5 and held the 4, the sign must change around because 5 is a bigger number than 4. Does that make sense? Therefore, using this logic, if I do a switch, I'm going to get 3x minus 1 greater than or equal to minus 4. Same move. Okay? Does everybody get that? I haven't done that part yet. I'm just concentrating. It's like I'm splitting this question in half. I'm just concentrating on this part here. Okay, guys. So what we get here is bring the minus 1 over the other side, and we get 3x is greater than or equal to minus 4 plus 1. 3x is greater than or equal to minus 3. X is going to be greater than or equal to anybody? Minus 1. It's minus 3 divided by 3, which is minus 1. Okay. On the other side, the x is already on the left hand side, so there'd be no real need for a switch here. You'll just bring the x to the right hand side. I generally prefer the x on the left hand side. Bring the 1 over, and what do we get? 3x is less than 12. It'll be a plus 1, which turns into 12. X is going to be less than 4. Now, we want all the numbers that are integers. What does x element z mean? Decimals are not included, but minus numbers and 0 are included. Numbers like these are included. Okay? So what we're going to do is x is smaller than 4. What does that mean? Does that mean 4 is included? Not smaller than or equal to, it's smaller than. So the first number you can put there is 3. Okay, and what's the bottom number? X is greater than or equal to minus 1. Is the minus 1 included? Everybody get that? It's included. Then what do I need to do in between the two of them? Dot them all. Why is it not a straight line? Why isn't the line shaded? Decimals and fractions aren't included. In between any two whole numbers, the only thing you have in between them is decimals and fractions. If they're not included, it's not a shaded line. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, that's done. We'll move on to that was question 16 done in the corner there. I'm now going to move on to question 17 underneath. Okay, question 17. Same trick as last time. So just extend the page here. There we go. Question 17 is going to be the same trick as last time. So what is that trick again, guys? So what's the first part we're going to write down? Equal to 5x plus. Okay, and then the other part? 18. They are two, you treat them as two separate questions, okay? Up. So you treat them as two separate questions. So just you can divide them down the middle if you want. Now, what do we do first here? Okay. Well, what's the switch then? Perfect. Yes, no worries. Next one, guys. Bring over the 3 and what happens? Minus 7 minus 3, which is minus 10. Divide by 5. Minus 2. X is greater than or equal to minus 2. So if x is greater than or equal to minus 2, we do the other one. Bring the 3 over the other side. 5x less than 15. Divide by 5. X less than 3. Now, is 3 included? No. This is an x element or question. There it is there. Decimals allowed. Now, start off with the minus 2. The minus 2 is included, so it's a filled in dot. However, see the way x has to be a smaller number than 3. What's one of the closest numbers you can think to the number 3? 0.99. Yeah? 2.999 would just start, and you can go on, and what Ben's saying is true, you can go on forever. Just barely underneath the 3 is included in our answers. So if we shade in here, and you shade it in for this, how do I, it's so close to the 3, how do I know that the 3 is not included? What do I need to do? I do a hollow circle around the 3, and that means that the 3 is not included. Is that right? Filled in circle, it's included. Hollow circle, it's not included. What's the reason it's not included again? Because it's less than sign, not less than or equal. Less than or equal, that'd be a filled in dot, because the 3 is included, but it's not included. Question 23. It says, find A, the solution set of 3x minus 2 is less than 4. That's quite easy. 3x is less than or equal to 4 plus 2, which is 6. Then x is less than or equal to 6 divided by 3, 2. Okay, perfect. Now, what about the next one, guys? Do they have a common denominator? Do both sides have a common denominator? Do they have the same denominator? Yeah, so if we put 5 over 2, we can multiply top and bottom by 2. And then we're going to get 1 minus 3x over 2 is less than or equal to 10 over 2. You can. I'll tell you why. Would you agree that 1/4 is less than 3/4? And then by cancelling the 4's, is 1 less than 3? So the inequality remains the same. Doesn't matter that you get rid of the bottoms. That always happens. An example would be, is 5 7ths bigger than 2 7ths? And then if you cancel the 7ths, is 5 bigger than 2? Yes. So you can cancel fractions, provided they're the same denominator. Okay. So cancel the fractions, and then bring the 1 over the other side. We get minus 3x is less than or equal to 10 minus 1, which is 9. Multiply both sides by minus 1. What happens when you multiply by minus 1? And swaps. Command divide by 3. Minus 9 divided by 3. Minus 3. Now, list the elements of A intersection B. Do you know what the intersection sign means? You might want to write this down. It basically means and. It means combine both questions together to produce one answer. The answer in question must be smaller than 2, smaller than or equal to 2, but it also has to be bigger than, and x is an element of z, which means no fractions, no decimals. Let's start off. Is minus 3 included? Why is it not included? No equal sign. So start off at minus 2. When do I stop drawing dots? We get to 2 because there's an equal sign there, and you're done. So that was question 23, 16, 17 and 23.